and you will have very little time to react. So this is what we're watching. Bennington, all of Bennington, basement right now. This is way too close for comfort. Way too close, folks. There's the storm, there's the tornado, there's the city of Washington, Highway 36. You know the area if you've been on the north side of town here. There's Ida Street. North of Ida is where the tornado's at. Whew, this is going to be going through a lot of neighborhoods, folks. A lot of neighborhoods. To
go back to Cass County real quickly, confirmed wall cloud, Highway 50 approaching Highway 1. So we do also want to keep in mind we have another storm, another tornado warning just down to the south. This is now headed, looks like, through Louisville. We are going to see some impacts headed into Sarpy County here shortly from this. Still radar indicated, but some signs potentially that there is some lowering. And looking ahead to maybe potential tornado development later on. So do want to get you a heads up. If you have any tornado warning for your area, seek shelter. What we're seeing right now moving through Douglas County, that's a possibility for everyone today.
Yeah, so the rotation there in western Cass County, northwestern Cass County has kind of intensified a little bit there just to the southwest of Louisville. So I do want Louisville, Cedar Creek, Springfield, get in your tornado shelter right now. We don't have a report of a tornado right now, but the rotation has been increasing over the last 5 minutes. Again, this is going to be west central Cass County, right near Manley. This is going to be lifting up toward Louisville, Springfield, Cedar Creek. It is moving about 40 miles per hour, so that does put Papillion, La Vista in the path of this storm as well. So Papillion, La Vista, your sirens have been going off. I want you to go ahead and be ready to take shelter here shortly.
We are seeing that rotation pretty clearly on our radar wind speeds as well. So it's something that we're going to be tracking and watching. Right now, though, let's get back to Rusty talking about our tornado that's currently on the ground impacting the Omaha Metro.
And here's the deal, folks. I know there's a lot of information coming in. If there's any tidbits on the chat coming in that we can share, let us know. But Bennington, we're waiting for a new scan of the radar here. Maybe this is it. But this is a life-threatening situation. Let me see as we zoom out a little bit here and see what we can get with the latest on the warning information. And you can see through 4:30, I've lost all concept of time right now. We're about 5 minutes to 4. 2-inch diameter hail possible with this thing. You can see this is due to that observed tornado in the area. So we're just trying to get our bearings here. But again, okay, a little better signature, but still, it is still likely right in there with our tornado just to the west of Bennington. There is going to be debris, lofted. Is that what we're seeing here, guys? You suppose this is all the debris that's been picked up and sent north through the storm?
Some of that is going to be clear air.
A little clear air, okay. Yeah. Let's see, but that is the storm right there. That is going to be the rotation. That's the debris signature just to the west of Bennington. And that is what we are very, very concerned about continually.
Let's take our video from Chris Hall in Gretna. He has images right now of, it looks like, significant damage. Can we pop that up? This is in subdivision homes.
Okay,
so some roofs ripped off there.
It looked like some multifamily homes, some significant, totally ripped off right there.
Did he give a location at all, Emily?
I see Gretna listed as his current GPS location.
I would assume this is going to be in Elkhorn, at some point in Elkhorn right here.
Well, I would assume, west of the Gretna area up towards Elkhorn, as we see here. It would have tracked west of Gretna. This was probably west center, farther to the west.
Yeah, I don't have any confirmation of his exact location, unfortunately.
And it could be a lot of people. There might be cell towers that are out right now and impacting our ability to get some reliable cell service.
But clearly you can see some significant damage. I mean, that looks like a multi-story home, and it looks like the second story appears to be mostly missing. So definitely a very powerful tornado here that just rolled across the west side of the Omaha Metro and is ongoing right now near Bennington. And I do believe we have a report of a tornado just north of Wahoo. North of Wahoo as well. Let's focus on that one quick. Emily, maybe track the latest on the Sarpy one. We got 3 going on here at the same time. This is pretty unprecedented for confirmed tornado. Not a clear signature there north of Wahoo, but latest reports show that. And then we go back over here
to the one near Bennington. Let's focus on this one.
Bennington Lakes is the latest on that.
Okay, that would make sense. Just to the west of Bennington is spot on. It looks like it's going to stay just to the west of the city, but it's close enough. I've been telling you, basement. There's 156th. There's the tornado as it spins up this way, likely going to cross the Washington Douglas County line just to the east of the city of Washington and continue to move farther to the north. So we get a little zoomed out picture here. And it'll cross up here near Blaire High Road, probably east of Kennard, if it holds together. But that would be up into Washington County as well. There is the confirmed tornado right here near Bennington, just to the west of Bennington after it just rolled west of Gretna, right through almost the center of Elkhorn here. And now west of 156th, but just barely working its way up towards the Bennington area. That's a pretty clear signal right there of rotation right here west of Bennington. All of this is classic, folks.
An update on that tornado.
Yeah.
The Bennington tornado from the National Weather Service showing signs that it may be weakening.
Okay.
Definitely still on the ground, though.
Yeah, this could be maybe roping out a little bit. Sometimes these things can, what we call occlude. And what will happen is this one will wrap up, and then we have to maybe watch somewhere on the southeast side for this to get going again. So we can't ignore it if it does start to weaken a little bit. But there it is jumping. It just jumped north of the Douglas and Washington County line as of right now. I'm sure the damage reports are coming in fast and furious. I don't know what we have for chasers that we could maybe switch to at the moment.
Let me see if we have anything.
Okay. I think it's safe now. Reporters, newsroom, if you're listening, you go assess some of the damage in the Elkhorn area.
Yeah, the closest we have is our chaser that was out likely near Elkhorn with all that damage. It looks like he's headed out of that neighborhood now. A lot of people out in front of their homes assessing that.
So the one storm north of Bennington, we have this one here that looks like Louisville with some rotation right in here.
Yeah, I was just going to give you an update there,
wow.
Rusty.
There you
go. There's that is outside of the rotation. There has been some weakening of the rotation there near Louisville. However, there is a new storm that's kind of taking over as you get down toward Elmwood. So further south from here, it's not officially warned yet, but I would suspect that we're going to see that storm down near Elmwood begin to take over there. So Cass County moving up into Sarpy County. We have another thunderstorm beginning to take shape there near Elmwood. It's going to be right on top of Highway 2. Don't have a warning on that yet, but it does appear to be strengthening. So I would be prepared there in Cass County to once again take shelter.
So what the deal is, we have all these storms that are going from southwest to northeast, and there's plenty of moisture feeding in from the south. There you go. Brand new tornado warning on that one. They just issued that. Let's see where this one tracks. I got one tornado warning on top of the other. So Louisville, you just had that warning move through. Don't let your guard down because that, let's see here, we'll go back to the radar. And there's the new tornado warning. We can take you in close here. There you go. That is the warning. Look at that.
Yep.
So just southwest of Weeping Water.
445, just to the southwest of Weeping Water, parts of Cass, Oto, and Sarpy County. So for the next 45 minutes, radar indicated with that one, but.
Large wall cloud with it.
That is probably right there to the southwest of Weeping Water, if that's going to be the case. So Weeping Water, hey, basement right now. This is the scenario where these are happening quick. Let's just remove all doubt, take all the precautions you can. If you feel like your life is in danger and there's a storm that even looks remotely threatening, go to the basement, wait it out for half an hour. Best thing I could say, because things are happening fast and furious right now with this. So southwest of Weeping Water, I'd put the city of Weeping Water in your basement right now, and then you can see how these storms continue to fan out, and we still have this one now. I don't want to ignore folks that are up here in parts of Washington County. Yes. That might have cycled up again.
Yeah, the debris signature has intensified there between Bennington and Kennard. This is going to be approaching 133 there, just to southeast of Kennard. It looks like it is going to pass south of Kennard, but Fort Calhoun could be in the path of this, and then the southern parts of Blaire. So Blaire definitely needs to be taking tornado precautions right now as that continues to lift northward. The debris signature has really picked up intensity there in southern Washington County. Yeah,
look at the threat tag on that.
Yeah, this is a tornado emergency. Yeah. Now, still continuing for the Bennington, Kennard, Blaire, and Fort Calhoun areas.
It is north of Bennington, but the warning goes through 4:30, Kennard and Fort Calhoun and all places in between, anywhere along Highway 133, which is Blaire High Road, you need to be in your basement right now. There's the city of Blaire. So it is included in the warning. Blaire to Missouri Valley to Fort Calhoun. I'm just going to start circling.
So we have
towns
a
here,
report
folks.
Tornado on the ground near Blaire Airport.
Yeah, so that's just a continuation
be-
of that tornado. So
All right.
we do have a report that it is on the ground, and we can see the debris clearly right there.
There's I think the Blaire Airport sits right about there.
Yep.
If I remember right. So there's the debris signature. Fort Calhoun, Blaire, Kennard, any between there, anybody that lives in between these three cities right here, you need to be in your basement right now. This thing is wobbling a little bit, but it is moving to the northeast generally. And I haven't even seen a speed on these things. What do you have, 30 to 40? Is that the storm itself?
Let me see if
maybe?
I can pull that up.
Lots of hail here.
It's moving about 30 to 35.
Okay, so we're getting some definitely severe hail, inch to inch and a half in diameter. So we have this happening. There's the tornado right here now, between Bennington and Kennard, moving to the northeast. So Blaire, within the next 10 minutes, like I said, if you feel like you're in danger, take the precaution. Go to the basement right now. There's Blaire High Road. It is going to cross Blaire High Road if it's not doing so at the moment.
So they have cleared Bennington out of the warning?
Yep, they clipped. Good call, David. Thank you very much. So Bennington is now out of the woods right now with that one. This one has moved out of the metro. We need to pay attention to the south.
Yeah, and that warning that they issued for the far southern
Okay.
tornado warning, this moving at 30 miles per hour.
Okay.
So let's see if I can zoom out on this and
Yeah, go
maybe
over
take
to
a little
Emily
cone
further. There you
on
go.
the storm. Right around 30 miles per hour. Elmwood, about 406, so that's in the next couple of minutes. It's at your doorstep right now. Into Murdoch, 417, Louisville, 430, and then we could see this moving more into the Omaha metro, getting into potentially Papillion by 454. That's a ways out. We're going to watch this, but these storms have had a history of holding together very well as they've traveled north. So we're going to watch and see closely if we have any major impacts as this continues to track north. Just got a new radar update coming in on this, so let's clear this. Let's see if we can pick up on any clear signs of rotation with this. Pulling up our wind speeds here. You know, we see some of that sign near Louisville, it looks like, and then a bit more mixing in down to the south. Nothing as clear, of course, as the storm that we've been tracking that just impacted the Omaha metro. The signs of rotation are not as strong. I would say the plus side to this is with this moving through such a populated area, we are going to know immediately if we have a confirmed tornado. So far, this is all radar indicated rotation and not looking anywhere near as strong as that very violent tornado that is still ongoing just north of the Omaha metro. So good news with this down to the south. It's still big concern. If you are in this tornado warning, you need to be in your safe place, get into your basement. So Elmwood, Murdoch, Weeping Water, this warning extends north. Louisville and Papillion still under an existing warning. David?
So we have, Rusty has an update here on this tornado moving through Washington County. It does look like our INDOT camera near Blaire may have a view of this tornado.
All right.
So Rusty, you have the Blaire Airport highlighted right there on Highway 133, and there's some pretty big neighborhoods right there about to be impacted.
This is the Blaire Airport for reference right there. This is the tornado right here. County Road P30 that runs east out of Kennard, and then County Road P32 runs towards Fort Calhoun. There are several homes right in here as well. Anybody in this intersection right here along Blaire High Road, anybody south of Blaire, on Blaire High Road at the moment, basement, if you're not there already, is it possible to bring up that NDOT camera? If we could work on that. There we go. Is that, I don't know, I think that might be looking to the north. Well, no, that's probably south out of the,
Yeah, that is looking
that's
to
the roundabout on the south edge of Blaire.
Yeah, so it's looking to the south, southeast.
Okay, gotcha.
And a moment ago, you could see a pretty well-defined lowering that kind of coming onto the screen. I believe that would be where the tornado is. You can see some hail coming down.
Yeah, it'd be just
in this
over
picture.
that hill, right?
So just over the top of that hill. So we are at the Blaire roundabout on the south side of Blaire, looking to the southeast down Highway 133.
All right.
And
just got an updated radar scan here on it too. So there it is, right there, just crossed Blaire High Road. This one is a long-lived, long-track tornado. We saw the potential for this maybe with one or two of the storms over the last several days. We've been first alerting you to this all week long. And now what we have here is this long-track tornado, and it's right there. That is a classic debris signature. That is telling us there are trees, there's dirt, there's parts of houses, there's everything the tornado has picked up is right there. There's Blaire. There's Fort Calhoun. It looks like it is east of Kennard, but you are going to get in on the hail in the Kennard area. Here is that cell right here. If you know anybody in Blaire, anybody, give them a call. Tell them to get to their basement right now. You could help save a life today. So Fort Calhoun to Blaire right now. This is going to be moving to the northeast, and there's going to be a lot of hail on the west side and a strong rotation with a well-defined tornado heading up the Blaire High Road right now towards the city of Blaire. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
I know we were talking a little bit earlier about the potential for it to weaken. It hasn't,
No.
and the National Weather Service is confirming that. This is still going strong, and with this tornado here, it's actually at the airport, near the Blaire Airport, reached the maximum as far as the velocity there at the velocity site. So
did we get a wind
very
report
strong
out of
wind.
there?
What's that?
Did we get a wind report out of the Blaire Airport? Just out of curiosity, they have a weather station there. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, let's try and pull that up. Let's go back to Rusty. I'll try and pull up and see if we can find a wind report somewhere.
KBTA would be the code.
Okay.
If it did, it missed one of the reporting points.
Okay.
So we'll see if a report comes in at some point.
Every radar scan, it's kind of back and forth. It's there now. North of County Road 32, there's Blaire High Road. It continues to just march up northeast. Boy, I'd love it if this missed Blaire.
So likely went right across the Lakeland area, Wilcox.
Are these little
Yeah, this may be moving toward the small town of DeSoto.
some villages?
Between Fort Calhoun and Blaire.
Okay.
So this is right in between Blaire High 133 and Highway 75 at this point.
There we go. Okay. So
And I want to give you an update, something that we're hearing from the newsroom. Apparently multiple people are trapped at 253 in West Center.
oh boy, yeah, that would line up. All right. So Highway 75 north of Fort Calhoun to Blaire. If you live along Highway 75, in your basement right now. This continues to hold on. There's the debris signature. There's the wind. Everything is saying tornado, tornado, tornado. There is multiple reports of this on the ground. And there's the city of Blaire. The track would take it just to the southeast, but let's not risk things here. If you're in Blaire, you need to be in your basement. And while we're at it, let's throw Missouri Valley in the mix. And you get up here, there's a little area called California Junction right here between Missouri Valley and Blaire on Highway 30. And you can throw Modale in the mix. They're all included in this warning that goes until 4:30. That's going to be extended without a doubt as this continues to go. But a catastrophic damage being reported in many places here.
If I can sneak in here,
Yeah,
real
go ahead,
quickly,
David.
Rusty.
What do you got?
The debris has really picked up again, so it hit something, unfortunately. So we're seeing a very strong signature for debris once again, and it has made a northward jog. So it's coming very, very, very close to the edge of Blaire right now.
Didn't you say, too, a large cluster of homes right
Yeah.
here? And like you said, this one has been, as it cycles, it tends to maybe take a little more of a northerly track, too, sometimes.
Yeah.
So we need to be,
So it has taken a little bit of a hook up towards southeast Blaire. So Blaire is definitely not out of the woods right now. We've been watching the INDOT camera there, and it's just getting hammered by high winds and hail right now.
Okay. Thanks for the update, David. Keep an eye on the chat and see if you got any new information coming in as well. I imagine the information in events like this comes so fast, so furious, it's tough to keep up with all of it. We can backtrack a little bit right here and see if they've even taking the time to, I mean, you can see the path of it right up here through some of these reports. I'm actually afraid to click on some of these and see what they say. If anybody wants to look at some of the reports that have officially been coming in, I don't know if they're damage or just tornado sightings, but yeah, like David said, it looks like it
Most
hit.
of those are damage reports.
Those are damage reports? Okay.
Most of them are.
It hit debris. You see that you get the pinks in there. That means there's more stuff up in the tornado, and then it hopefully all falls to the ground and then see where it moves next. But it is going to cross Highway 75 south of Blaire right now. Within the next 2 to 3 minutes, again, we get a scan. It takes 2 to 3 minutes. You get another scan. And now I would say anybody near the Missouri River, up along Highway 30, near and east of Blaire as well, will continue to see this move in a northeasterly direction.
There's a large industrial area here right on the east side of Blaire. It looks like it's going to track right up into that. So between Blaire and the Missouri River, that industrial area is going to be under the gun.
That is a great point. There's a lot of elevators there where they drop off corn year-round to put on the trains to send it off. So day after day, farmers will line up there with semi-trucks and drop off their grain. I doubt much of it's happening right now because it's spring planting season, but anybody on the east edge of Blaire, south on Highway 75, you call them. If you even think anybody's remotely in danger, call them, let them know, get somewhere safe. You don't want to be in a semi-truck. You don't want to be in a car. There you go. A new scan jogged a little farther north. So now it's going to be crossing Highway 75 just south of Blaire right now. And classic debris signature right, there we go, hold on. Classic debris signature right there. This is way too close for comfort for the city of Blaire. Do we have that NDOT camera near, this would be really close to the roundabout. If anybody can see that one. Is it even discernible?
The NDOT, yeah, there you go. It's just we're socked in with heavy rain, and the wind was really bouncing the camera around a moment ago, and you can see some hail kind of bouncing there as well.
Well, and this is a classic point right here. This is what you would see if you're trying to see the tornado, folks.
Yep.
Get in your safe place. You're not going to be able to see this. I know everybody doesn't believe anything until they actually see it, but some of this will be rain wrapped or very tough to see, and you will not know what's going on as this continues to move to the north into the city of Blaire, at least on the south edge of the city right now. So this is looking south at the Blaire roundabout.
There are some neighborhoods in here right along Highway 75, so hopefully everybody's in their tornado shelter right now. So that neighborhood right along Highway 75, and then it's going to likely cross right up into that industrial area.
And that would be, yeah, right here that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job looking for the landmarks there, David. We got to see what's going on here. Emily, any new information with the Sarpy County one?
Nothing new coming out of Sarpy County, which is fantastic news.
Yeah, that's great.
This is in such a populated area that we would know immediately if there was a spotting of a wall cloud or a funnel. I do want to talk about another warning that we just had issued down to the south. So this is the setup that we were talking about yesterday, kind of this broken line of storms, and every single storm just about along this line has a tornado warning on it, and they have just issued a new one. This is down to the south, and another severe thunderstorm warning coming in out of northern Kansas as well. And with this new warning that's been issued, this is out near Tecumseh. It looks like it's going to stay just out to the east of Tecumseh, perhaps tracking just out to the west of Auburn as that travels off to the north. Again, radar indicated rotation with this. This warning runs until 5 p.m., moving north at 40 miles per hour. So pretty quick movers with these, not moving incredibly fast, which is good. You get a little bit of a heads up as these storms continue on their track north. So far, nothing has been spotted. This is in more of a rural area, and we're going to watch and see how this holds together. But for right now, just keeping an eye on just about everything that pops up, especially out along this line right here. This is where we're seeing all of that spin and that continued concern for tornado development. But great news that we haven't seen any reports of radar, of rotation, wall cloud lowering, funnels forming with that storm out near Sarpy County. That is fantastic news.
All right, thanks, Emily. I understand we got a live picture from Chris Hall near the Skyline area of Elkhorn. Eric, if you could give me a, if you could give me a little indication exactly the cross streets on this. So, okay. So this would be a west edge of Elkhorn, I would say. That is a tree that was likely a big, tall oak tree that was just stripped completely. I don't know how many leaves were on it to start with, but you can see all the debris.
Can we take the banner down?
Yeah, if possible there.
Thank you.
The Skyline area. This would be, I would say, west of Elkhorn, west on Maple.
West Maple, West Dodge, somewhere in there in the
Out
Elkhorn
around
area.
where they normally have the junk stock, I believe. This would be very close to that vicinity as well. If anybody knows the location between Elkhorn, Waterloo.
So I'm not sure if we're looking at debris that has been tossed into that tree or if there used to be a building there, but either way you can see that this was a very, very powerful tornado. I do have a little bit of good news here, Rusty,
Okay.
if you
What do you
want to
got?
switch over to our wind speeds right here.
Yep.
The velocity is still very strong, very impressive, but it is not as strong as it was about 5 minutes ago.
Hopefully
so
it's-
we're looking at wind shear of about 100 miles an hour versus 200 miles an hour, but still right here, the southeast side of Blaire, definitely under the gun, definitely still a tornado ongoing.
It'd be nice if this would move a little faster, maybe get into some of the more stable air. But yeah, hopefully it's weakened and going away and not just cycling. But
There it is right there.
remember we saw the pinks and the purples there? It hasn't hit anything large maybe for a while. Could be hitting quite a few areas on the east side of Blaire, but like David said, at least a little weakening. That doesn't mean you need to let your guard down by any means. This is the Blaire area. There is the tornado right there, if it's going to be there, and it's still there, and likely the debris signature at the moment as it moves off towards the northeast.
So it is right on top of the industrial area.
Right
so
at that-
if it's going to pick up debris, we'll likely see that radar signature light up again.
And we'll go, yeah. So you know the bridge that crosses the Missouri River on the east edge of Blaire, it's going to be really close to that. Might be worth checking on the Iowa side, guys, some DOT cams near the Missouri Valley area. If you can look west on I-29, see if you can find something there that we can bring up and get a view of this thing. More eyes on this, the better. But there it is, Blaire. It's crossed Highway 275. We'll look at the next scan here to see. But this has been the dominant one. For a while, this looked like it might stay west of the metro, but it just kept creeping farther and farther east. There's Blaire, and it looks like the west edge of Blaire just dealing with hail. And it's basically where Highway 30 crosses the Missouri River. You have the bridge there, and then Highway 30 takes you into Missouri Valley. So a couple areas that still need to be mindful of this. Modale, Missouri Valley, and right in here, there's a little area, several homes, some farms, California Junction, right there, if you know the area. So this is the tornado, and it's likely going to be funneling up this way over the next 10 to 15 minutes. So like I've been saying, it does look like it spared Fort Calhoun, north of the city there, but Modale to Missouri Valley, you are next in this for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Thankfully, it did look like earlier these could be moving at like 50 miles per hour. That has not been the case. They've been a little
hail
slower.
concern now moving into parts of the metro as well.
Okay.
We
Go
just
ahead,
had
Emily.
a new severe thunderstorm warning issued. This is for portions of Douglas County. I was just about to do an update on this, and then they did end up popping a warning on it. This is for 1.5 inches hail. So with this cluster of storms, this is currently out near Utan, moving through Valley. Looks like it's going to miss Elkhorn, but up toward Arlington, portions of far northwestern Douglas County, going to get another round of hail with this. So not any rotation seen with this. That's great news. Kind of behind this line of storms that we're tracking that is rotating, we're starting to see maybe less of a concern for more of that developing. We do have still some thunderstorms developing out to the west, so we're going to be watching those, but it seems like this line here super active. Looks like another tornado warning also issued south of the metro near Nebraska City for potential rotation there as well. So big hail threat today, and just about every thunderstorm out along this line also bringing in that concern for a possible tornado.
Emily, does it look like the new severe warning would stay west of the damage path of the old one?
It does look like the new one is going to stay just west of the damage path. Based off of the current track and where it is right now, I would say most of the areas that have been hit hardest by that tornado likely not going to see an impact from this storm keeping just out to the west.
That's good news to hear, without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Understand, this Freddie McKinney?
Yeah, he was on I-29. I believe he just got off on the Missouri, Iowa Highway 30 exit.
Gotcha. So he's going to try to go west.
He's going to try
probably
to go west here. It
Let's
looks
see
like
if we get a video here.
we could see a lowering a moment ago. So as soon as he clears the bridges, he's looking west on Highway 30.
That looks like it could be it right there.
Yeah, right there.
That's the tornado looking due west on Highway 30 out of Missouri Valley, crossing Highway 30 to the north. So he's going to go try to get a look at it. We don't have video contact, or audio contact, but he's an experienced chaser, and he'll know how to stay out of the way.
So you can see that kind of dark wedge in the middle of your screen. That's likely the tornado, and by all accounts, which is still on the ground.
It is, and there's a photo in chat showing it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Emily. So this would be, it's almost doing that northward thing again there again, David, where it's looping back in. So it's hugging the Missouri River, just crossed Highway 30, and we just saw a view of it now to the north or to the right of the screen there with Freddie McKinney. Now it's going to go right up the Missouri River likely. Still, just outside of Blaire, this thing has been going just like this primarily, hitting some of the outskirts of Blaire, that industrial area, and now it's heading north and maybe a little bit northeast. So the city of Modale, again, you probably passed by this on the interstate a few times. Not a large city, but there are people that live there right up Austin Avenue. And this is going to be probably Modale or just to the west here with this large, long track tornado on the ground.
It sounds like we do have some video whenever we want to take it from Roger Hamer.
Okay.
This is out in Elkhorn.
All right.
Some damage.
Is this live? Or?
It is live.
Okay. So this is the Elkhorn area. Did Roger happen to say where?
Did you have an exact location on that, Eric?
At 216th and West
Okay,
Maple.
there we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, that would have been on the west edge. There's Roger zooming in. There's houses with roofs damaged, ripped off completely. See some garage doors.
We have gotten reports. We have gotten reports in this exact area of some multi-story buildings with their second floors removed, which tells us that this was likely a very powerful tornado. I don't want to put a rating on that, but in my head, I'm going, this has been a very bad tornado.
This is.
I will say
go ahead.
real quickly, Rusty, I'm watching Freddie McKinney's stream here, and I see a lot of dust, but I no longer see a tornado.
Okay, that's good. So just a lowering there.
Yeah.
Near Missouri, or near Blaire. Hopefully it's cycling back into the storm.
It looks like they've extended that warning north.
Okay. Here, let's get a check of that since we're here. Well, hold on 1 second here before we take Freddie. I want to get the latest on this.
That's 30 mile per hour speed.
30 mile per hour. Here's the latest warning with this extended to the north. Through 5 o'clock includes Calhoun, Modale, Mondamon, and Pisgah. Now, Pisgah would be on the tail end of this. Still some up to 2-inch diameter hail. Still that observed tornado right here, and they're given the considerable threat tag with it, meaning damage is likely to be significant if this holds together. Modale and I-29 would be the one of most significance. Brand new warning there that just came in too. A lot going on here at the same time. Emily, if you can figure out where that one is, let's go to the video of Freddie McKinney here where we have it. And he's looking to the east.
Yeah, so you can see the lowering there on the right side of the screen.
Gotcha.
And just a moment ago, there was a funnel that looked like it made contact with the ground, but it quickly dissipated. So right now, we're looking at that wall cloud in front of you where he's driving to. That's likely the hail. So you can see that kind of whitish streak. So that's a hail shaft right there behind the likely tornado. But as these trees clear and we look on the right side of the screen, there's no longer any evidence of a tornado on the ground. There's likely some dust getting picked up by the wind, and a lot of people out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is not. So even if there was a tornado in there, this is what the scenario. It's tough to see within the rain shaft.
Yeah, that rain has kind of developed where that tornado was a short time ago. So
I mean,
it could be rain wrapped, but I could see the tornado and it dissipated. So hopefully it has dissipated. We'll see if it can, see if it recycles here shortly.
Yeah, that new warning is really far down to the south. That's for Pawnee and Richardson counties.
Gotcha.
So again, radar indicated rotation with that 2-inch hail traveling off to the north. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Looks like it's just starting to